In this video, you will see best Sigmund Freud's quotes. Enjoy. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. Love and work, work and love, that's all there is. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. To be completely honest with oneself is the very best effort a human being can make. When inspiration does not come to me, I go halfway to meet it. Where they love, they do not desire, and where they desire, they do not love. Who lacks sex speaks about sex. Hungry talks about food. A person who has no money about money, and our oligarchs and bankers talk about morality. Time spent with cats is never wasted. Dogs love their friends and bite their enemies, quite unlike people who are incapable of pure love and always have to mix love and hate. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Maturity is the ability to postpone gratification. In the small matters, trust the mind. In the large ones, the heart. The only person with whom you have to compare ourselves is that you in the past, and the only person better you should be, this is who you are now. Not to know the past is to be in bondage to it, while to remember, to know, is to be set free. Were we fully to understand the reasons for other people's behavior, it would all make sense. I prefer the company of animals more than the company of humans. Certainly, a wild animal is cruel, but to be merciless is the privilege of civilized humans. Not all men are worthy of love. A strong egoism is a protection. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is, what does a woman want? The goal of all life is death. All giving is asking, and all asking is an asking for love. The challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak. Be bold, but not bully. Be thoughtful, but not lazy. Be humble, but not timid. Be proud, but not arrogant. Have humor, but without folly. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. Men are strong so long as they represent a strong idea. They become powerless when they oppose it. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Most people do not really want freedom because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. If children could, if adults knew. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. Human beings are funny. They long to be with the person they love, but refuse to admit openly. Some are afraid to show even the slightest sign of affection because of fear. Fear that their feelings may not be recognized, or even worse, returned. But one thing about human beings puzzles me the most is their conscious effort to be connected with the object of their affection, even if it kills them slowly within. The behavior of a human being in sexual matters is often a prototype for the whole of his other modes of reaction in life. The creative writer does the same thing as the child at play. He creates a world of fantasy which he takes very seriously. Loneliness and darkness have just robbed me of my valuables. The more the fruits of knowledge become accessible to men, the more widespread is the decline of religious belief. It is a predisposition of human nature to consider an unpleasant idea untrue, and then it is easy to find arguments against it. Conservatism, however, is too often a welcome excuse for lazy minds, loath to adapt themselves to fast-changing conditions. 3 of life's most important areas: work, love, and taking responsibility. Words and magic were in the beginning one and the same thing, and even today words retain much of their magical power. What is common in all these dreams is obvious. They completely satisfy wishes, excited during the day which remains unrealized. They are simply and undisguisedly realizations of wishes. Man has, as it were, become kind of a prosthetic god. Civilized society is perpetually menaced with disintegration through this primary hostility of men towards one another. Anatomy is destiny. He who knows how to wait need make no concessions. Our memory has no guarantees at all, and yet we bow more often than is objectively justified to the compulsion to believe what it says. Everyone owes nature a death. Nothing that is mentally our own can ever be lost. If you'd like to see more quotes like this, please subscribe to this channel. Also, tell us in the comment which was your favorite quote and why. Click the video on the left or right to see more quotes. Alternatively, you also have collections of Sigmund Freud's quotes as a playlist in the description. Enjoy!